In this episode, we talk about Kale Chips. I talk about strength versus muscle gain and how they are different. And there's a special giveaway at the end, kind of, sort of thing. This bag also took me 4 minutes to open. Super embarrassing. Hello everybody, welcome to Equals and Alternatives episode 87. I'm your host Mike Vacanti, and today we are reviewing Kale Chips. The angle's kind of funny here, and I got these headphones on. There's like yard work going on over here, kids and Gary in the pool on this side, so I tested it, and this is just much better audio quality. Last day in the Hamptons, which is kind of bittersweet. I'm excited to get back in the city and get busy, get back on my grind, be around people, although this has been super relaxing and much more like me. But I always like a change of pace. What else? Had a good workout today. Chest and shoulders. Strength is going up. Feels really good. Every session feels really good. I've also been sleeping 8-9 hours a night, recovering, not very stressed, so that's helped too. What else? I saw an interesting... my goals right now are to gain strength and size, and I saw an interesting Instagram infographic from my buddy Adam. I don't know if it's Ollie or Ali, European dude, London, I believe. We've never actually met in person, but internet friend. And it was 4 charts, and it was a beginner, intermediate, advanced intermediate, and super advanced. And I'll set these down here. 2 circles, and the strength and hypertrophy, right? Hypertrophy meaning growing the size of your muscles versus just getting stronger. And when you're just starting strength training, both the circles essentially overlap. Doing different styles of training isn't necessary, because as you get stronger, you will get bigger too. And as you progress, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 year, 6 year into your training, those circles start to pull apart a little bit until theoretically, when you're very advanced, getting stronger versus growing the size of your muscles are completely different styles of training, with rest times and rep schemes and total volume and just everything that goes into it. Intensity, number of days per week you're training, a lot of things. But it made me think about my own training, because this Greek God program that I'm doing, my buddy Greg O'Gallagher from KINOBODY, who has a sweet YouTube channel, I'll link down in the description actually if you want to check him out. It's reverse pyramid training, it's low volume, it's essentially strength. However, I can tell in just 9.5 weeks, I can tell that my chest and shoulders are both growing, just from the size of the pumps I have, the way my shirts fit, different things like that. So it's just got me thinking, given that I've been training 10 years, training for strength shouldn't be increasing the size of my muscles to the degree that it is. However, the main moves are overhead pressing and incline bench, and I've never taken my incline bench press seriously. I've always had shoulder and upper back issues, injury-wise, which has prevented me from being intense and serious with my shoulder training. So it's almost like I'm a pure intermediate rather than advanced when it comes to training these things. So I'm getting stronger and they're growing. The way that I apply this to clients is I always try to incorporate some kind of strength goal, or have strength, getting stronger as a priority, even if it isn't that individual's priority, because it's so much easier to measure than muscle gain, right? Size gains, I'm shocked that I can see, I don't expect to be able to see these changes in my body. For most people, I wouldn't expect you to see growth, very visible growth after just 9 weeks. So by having strength targets along the way, what you do is you have measurable, somewhat consistent pillars that you hit. So you're not relying on the mirror to say, oh, am I growing? But you can look at your training log and be like, yeah, I added weight here, I added weight here, I added weight here over time. I'm definitely getting stronger. Go back into training log. You know you're making progress. Anyway, that's what is on my mind right now. Kale Chips. I was going to review organic Cinnamon Toast Crunch knockoff and compare it to regular Cinnamon Toast Crunch. And then I was like, would I watch this video? If I were you, would I watch me talk about this? Because what I would have said was, you can eat organic. In some situations it makes sense. In most it doesn't. If you have the money, sure. If not, it probably doesn't make sense. That's it. That's the thesis of the video. And to sink 5 or 6 or even 10 or 12 minutes, who knows how long this one will go with the question of the day, it's just not worth it if that is the takeaway. So what I then did was I took my shirt off and put on sunscreen and walked to the grocery stores, like multitask, get a little tan on the way there, and I walked until I found something that pissed me off. And it didn't take long in ritzy Southampton, where they probably don't even have regular chips. They just have Kale Chips. Texas barbecue flavored, 280 calories in this bag, which is, it's bigger than like a Doritos or a Lay's, the single serving bags of chips. It's definitely bigger than that, but the volume of Kale Chips in here isn't substantially higher. And like, we're pretty close on macros across the board. We're getting a little more protein here. It's a vegetable, greens. A lot of vitamin K, a little bit of vitamin A. So yes, the ingredients, vegetables, and whatever healthy oil in here. What is it? Sunflower seeds. Oh, so the fat is coming from the sunflower seeds. Anyway, let's see how this tastes. But yes, the ingredients in here are better. It's not really the point of this, right? The other huge shit that matters element going on here is this was like $7 for 280 calories. Like, do you know how insane? It might have even been more. It might have been $8. I'll check the receipt, and Owen will throw something up here, and we'll confirm price. But like, for 280 calories of basically no protein, to pay that much, unless you're loaded. I can't believe I just spent 4 minutes talking about how strong I'm getting, and now I can't open this stupid bag. Like, this is actually the one-take show. I wish we edited on this show, and I could just make myself not seem like a pussy. There's got to be something going on here. It's a tear-off bag. Guys, I'm serious. This is so stupid. There we go. Some weird trickery going on here. I'm actually really embarrassed right now, considering editing the first episode in 87 episodes, but I wouldn't do that to you guys. It's good. Tastes very like taco spice, like overly seasoned, right? This isn't vegetable looking. It's very clumpy, like the ratio of kale to random seasoning is like 2-to-1 in favor of seasoning. I feel like I'm just eating seasoning rather than kale. Kind of salty. Tastes fine. For our alternative, I had an alternative. I feel like this was a great episode. It was going really well, and I got so flustered by that fucking trick bag. An apple. An apple's our alternative today. Like, lower fat, more fiber, probably similar fiber to the kale. The one disadvantage of the headphones is I can't reach the ground. 3 grams of fiber in kale, so for a serving of this is going to be pretty close to an apple. And the volume in an apple is just nice. I find that apples keep me full between meals very effectively. Something about the calorie to volume ratio. They take a little bit of time to eat. Like, they're convenient. You can take them on the go. Apple's just a nice alternative in this spot. Question of the day. I had a question of the day that was about an app that I am releasing in, it's looking like about 2 weeks. And the question was, I sent an email a couple months ago, and someone just replied to that email, which is always kind of funny to me. And they were like, if you're going to do a tracking app, like, make it good. Don't make it like MyFitnessPal. It's like, okay. Like, don't make an app like this other app that was just acquired for $475 million because it sucks. And I do agree. Like, the only real reason I'm making this is because I want my equations for calculating macros based on all information available about a person public, and I want that easily accessible, and I find that an app form is going to be the best way to do that. It's not going to have a food database because, like, I'm already syncing a lot of my own money into this, and it would have been like 4x more expensive to license a food database. So to start, at least, the main point of the app is, one, allow you to track progress, log weight, log your macros, and have my equations. So you're at least close, right? Because equations are just estimates, and then you have to adjust based on your progress. But the app is also going to do is going to allow you to track your progress. It's going to have some kind of like visual way that you can reflect on changes in weight measurements, body fat over time. And then maybe in V2, V3, there will be a way to adjust intake based on progress. I'm not really sure about that, but just thought I'd fill you in on that and why I am making that. It's just to get my equations out there. And if, like, some people might be like, well, why are you doing that? Isn't that your secret sauce? And isn't that what you use with clients? It is what I use to come up with initial estimates for clients, but then based on their assessments, carbs go higher, lower. Like, we might go bigger deficit, we might go smaller deficit, depending on the person, depending on whether they have a tendency to binge, depending on what their schedule's like. Like, there's a million factors that go into setting up macros for clients. It's not just plugging them into an equation. So, no, I have no problem giving my equations away. I want to help whoever can't afford coaching, and that having my equations would help. All right. I really hope this doesn't run out of juice on me here. I am very appreciative that those of you who watch, like those of you who like, those of you who are subscribed, that like watch every video right when it comes out, I am very appreciative that you exist, because I've done 87 of these. I obviously derive some kind of satisfaction from helping you via equals and alternatives and via video and via question of the day in any way that I can. So just the fact that you're watching this means a lot to me. And what I want to do is, if you're watching this and you want to test version 1 before the app goes public, if you want to use it, if you want to test it out, shoot me an email, michaelvacanti@gmail.com, and when that comes out, I will send you, I don't even know what it'll look like. I got to talk to my developer, but it'll be an access code. It'll be something. It'll be access to the app before it's released, so you can play with it. You can let me know, hey, this part's cool, this part sucks, I really like this, I really didn't like this, whatever. But one, I want a little bit of feedback. And two, if you're watching this random episode 87 unprompted, then we're obviously like you're on my level. I want you to have access to that before some random Joe Schmo in the iTunes store gets access to it. So there we go. Shoot me an email. That's it. Remember, your body is still counting macros, even if you're not.